For 20 years, Zillow had an unfair advantage, and almost overnight, they pretty much lost it. Not because of a lawsuit, not because of a new competitor, all because of AI. And here's the part that no one's really talking about. This just didn't hurt Zillow. It flipped the entire game in favor of you, the individual agent. You see, if you've been in real estate for any amount of time, you already know how this works. Someone jumps on Google and searches a real estate keyword, and it's always the same results. Zillow, Realtor.com, all the national brands overwhelmingly dominated. Most agents were pretty much invisible. It was tough to compete against those billion-dollar SEO budgets, and the first page of Google was pretty much locked. The individual agent, they barely had a shot. Well, the good news, that just changed. Not gradually, pretty much overnight, because people aren't searching the same way anymore. They're not typing into Google, they're asking AI. They're asking who's the best agent in my area, or what's the best neighborhood to buy. And AI doesn't give you back 10 blue links, it gives you actual answers and recommendation. But here's the part that no one's really talking about. ChatGPT doesn't say go to Zillow to find the best agent. It doesn't recommend a national franchise like Compass or Remax. In fact, Zillow, Realtor.com, the national brands, they're nowhere to be found in AI. Instead, AI gives recommendations of actual real estate agents. That's right, for the first time in decades, the individual agent has the upper hand. Let me show you. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and ask who's the best agent in Raleigh. Now look at this. You're not seeing Zillow, you're seeing individual agents, local teams, actual people. And this just isn't anecdotal. In fact, a recent study showed that 82% of consumers are already using AI for their real estate questions. And 67% say they're willing to trust AI to help them choose an agent. This means consumers are flooding AI with questions, and for at least in this moment of time, you, the local agent, have the results all to yourselves. You aren't going up against million-dollar SEO budgets. Your only competitors are your peers. And the numbers get even better. When someone reaches out to you as a result of an AI recommendation, that lead is 4 times as likely to close and actually converts into a client 7 times faster than a regular internet lead. And here's the part that blows my mind. A recent study found that 9 out of 10 agents were totally invisible to AI chatbots like ChatGPT. Think about this opportunity for a second. 91% of agents aren't even entering the competition. And on top of that, Zillow, Realtor.com, the national brands, they're not even competing. Personally, I like these odds. Okay, so what's actually happening here? AI has a blind spot, if you will. The thing that made Zillow win is the exact same thing that's hurting them right now. You see, portals are built on massive generic data. All the data is pretty much the same, right? Zillow, Realtor.com. But AI doesn't want generic. It wants granular. It wants specific, local, opinionated, and most of all, experience-driven. And this is exactly why you can now outperform those billion-dollar platforms. Not because you have a bigger budget, but because you have exactly what AI chatbots want. Okay, so let's talk about how to take advantage of this, because there's a lot of misinformation going around. The answer is not necessarily just more social media. It's not more just listed posts. For the most part, the stuff's pretty much invisible to AI. Instead, you need a central hub to communicate your expertise and show what separates you apart. In other words, a branded website that you can actually communicate what separates you from other agents. Now, let's talk for a second. Let's be real. Far too many agents, they kind of struggle to communicate their differentiating factor. And if that's you, that's perfectly fine. No judgment here. But I want to show you exactly how to fix that by answering 2 simple questions. So let's kind of go down a path for a second. So first, imagine you've just been invited to a trivia show and you're playing for $1 million prize. The category is local real estate geography. And the good news is you actually get to choose the specific market that your questions will be about. Now, this geographic market, you can make it as broad or as specific as you want, but you want to pick an area where you know every detail. Of course, you're competing for this $1 million prize, right? So you want to pick something that you're going to know inside and out. So based off of that, if you had to pick one geographic market, what are you picking? Now let's talk about scenario 2. A national news outlet wants you as an expert for a segment they're doing today. And again, you get to pick the topic as long as it's about real estate. So what are you picking? Are you picking first-time home buyers, rental properties, relocation? What's that one angle where you think you'd shine? So however you answer those 2 questions is going to be the basis for your differentiating factor. Here's what I want you to do after you've done that. What we want to do is open up an incognito window because we don't want ChatGPT to be influenced by our chat history. So you're going to open up an incognito window, make sure you're not logged in, go to ChatGPT and type in this prompt. And don't worry, the prompt's in the description, or you could just scan the QR code right here. The prompt is, tell me about real estate agent Bob Smith. What's their differentiating factor, including their specialty and their specific geography? Drill down, don't be generic. Now, hopefully ChatGPT's answer is aligned with what you answered earlier on those two questions. If it's not, that just means we have some work to do. Now, let's talk about how to put this into practice, because statistics say you're going to fall into one of three camps. Number one, you're going to watch this and do nothing with this info. And to be honest, that's why the overwhelming majority of agents are invisible and will stay invisible to AI. Or maybe you fall into the second camp. You're an agent who will hear this and try to figure it out for themselves. And first, kudos for taking action. That's a huge step. I guess one could argue that trying to do this all yourself is a bit like taking the FISBO approach to your marketing, but I appreciate the hustle. So if you fall in this group, we've created a totally free tool that gives you the exact steps for getting AI to start recommending you. All you need to do is go to doesAIseeme.com. It'll show you exactly who you're competing against and gives you steps to increase your AI visibility. It's a great first step, and honestly, it's going to put you ahead of 98% of the competition. Now, if you don't fit into camp 1 or 2, you're in a small group of elite agents. It's those who are serious and like to partner with professionals who actually run these systems every day. And if that's you, let's talk. Reach out to us at DACNO. We don't just give advice, we actually implement. We've built some pretty cool internal tools that can skyrocket agents in their AI recommendations, and we'd love to help you out. Ultimately, whether you do it yourself, hire us, or partner with someone else, please take advantage of this moment. This is a unique opportunity to leapfrog Zillow and those national brands. And honestly, we may not see another opportunity like this for decades.